In Washington County, the ballots will look different depending on the city you call home. Jada Daniels joining us now in the studio to tell us what bond issues and other questions Fayetteville voters will see on the ballot on Tuesday. Jada?
If you live in Fayetteville, you will see 9 bond questions on your ballot, but your first answer will determine if the rest even count. Question 1 acts as a gateway, allowing the city to refinance the 2019 existing bonds and continue the current payment setup, while voting no on Bond 1 voids the remaining questions. Voting yes means voters can decide individually on what bonds they want to see passed.
I want to encourage voters that if there are particular questions that maybe they aren't fully confident in voting yes, it is okay to vote no. But also, if whenever they're considering, you have to, click yes on the very first question in order, to even have that ability.
Totaling more than $320.1 million, with majority of that funding going towards question 2 on water and sewer. Upgrades city officials say are necessary to prevent future issues.
Trying to get additional clarification where we can, and also recognizing that sometimes on some of the questions as well, there is a little bit of openness to them. Water and sewer, we know particular projects, but there could also be, something that puts itself forward as, something that's more of a priority at that time.
The questions won't be the only thing on Fayetteville ballots, with millage questions giving voters the option to extend the 45 mill rate from 2050 until 2056 or not. Fayetteville superintendent says it will allow them to speed up the process of rebuilding Ramey Junior High.
So currently with the existing millage and it going out till 2050, we project that we'll have the bonding capacity in 2028 to start construction of the new Ramey. However, if the voters approve the millage extension and we get those 6 additional years, then we would have the capacity immediately to issue bonds to fund that project, and we'd be able to start that project this summer.
The election around the corner, Councilor Moore says now is the time to ask questions.
I just really encourage folks to do their homework, to really, understand, what are those individual questions, those packages going to deliver for the city.
While early voting is already underway for those casting their ballot on Tuesday, polling locations open at 7:30 a.m. Jada Daniels, 5 News.
All right, Jada, thanks. You can find details about all the races that'll be on the ballot next Tuesday, along with a list of polling locations based on what county you live. Check out our primary election guide on 5newsonline.com or text the word VOTE to 785-5000. We will send you back a link to that guide.